Hey, let's unpack this. Today we're doing a deep dive into something pretty surprising, actually. It's this intersection of pop art legend Andy Warhol luxury watches, and specifically this unique Piaget timepiece. Our source material is mainly some great excerpts from a piece called Piaget's Andy Warhol Watch, a Modern Icon. And our mission really is to figure out how an icon like Warhol, well, how his whole vibe influenced a watch design that's, lasted decades. We want to pull out the cool facts, the design details for you.
It's a really fascinating link because Warhol, well, he owned quite a few Piaget watches, but there's one in particular that's really become sort of synonymous with him. It was originally called the black tie.
The black tie. Okay, yeah, the definitely sounds of an era. What was the deal with that original watch? Why did that one stick as the Warhol watch?
Right. So it was this very distinctive gold watch from the 70s, referenced 15101 specifically, that came out in 72. And interestingly, it had a beta 21 quartz movement.
Quartz, in a high-end Piaget back then.
Yeah, it sounds odd now, maybe. But the beta 21 was like cutting-edge Swiss quartz technology at the time. It was a big deal. High horology totally embraced it then. But what's really key is that this original black tie, its whole shape and feel, was the direct jumping off point for the modern Piaget Warhol watch we see now. That unique form, the circtangle.
Ah, okay. And here's where it gets really interesting. Like you said, they brought it back. When did that happen? Why revive that particular design?
So the modern Piaget Warhol watch, that officially launched back in 2015. The whole idea was, to honor this iconic design that Warhol himself really championed, but updated obviously for today,
Right.
while keeping that bold, kind of unconventional spirit.
And they haven't just left it at that, have they? It seems like they keep revisiting it.
Exactly. Since 2015, they've sort of sporadically dropped new dial variations, different case materials. Keeps the collection feeling fresh. In fact, there was a whole bunch of new ones just this year at Watches and Wonders.
Right. So if you remember that 2015 launch, or maybe the Meteorite one they did in 2017, the uncolored one, what's actually changed in these newest versions?
Fundamentally, it's really the movement inside and, of course, these new dial variations. The core case design, that really distinct shape, has pretty much stayed the same. That's kind of the signature, right?
Okay, let's talk about that case then, especially this new green Meteorite one. It gets called a squircle, but I saw Circtangle too. It feels very Warhol. Why?
Yeah, Circtangle fits it perfectly. It's this 18K white gold case, 45 millimeter across, 43 millimeter lug to lug. It's definitely broad, big on the wrist. The article even called it dinner plate dimensions.
Wow, okay, dinner plate.
Yeah, but what kind of balances that is how slim it is. Only 8.08 millimeter thick. That makes it much easier to wear than you'd think. And then you have those stepped gadroons.
So what now?
Gadroons, they're like these tiered architectural ridges on the side of the case. It's the real Piaget signature thing. They kind of cinch the shape, almost like a corset, the source said. You see them on the Polo 79, the 62. It adds this sculptural feel, stops it from just being flat.
Gotcha. Okay, so the gadroons, but yeah, the dial. That green Meteorite, that's the obvious talking point here. What's the deal with Meteorite dials anyway, and how does green fit the Warhol vibe?
Absolutely. Well, Meteorite, it's cut and finished to show off that amazing natural crystal structure, those lines they call Widmanstätten patterns. And this green, depending on the light, it can look like a deep olive or shift towards like a brighter lime. It's quite dynamic. It's paired up with rhodium-finished stick markers, applied ones, and these really sharp dauphine hands. And the strap matches, too. Green alligator, rhodium-finished buckle, keeps it all very sleek, very monochrome.
Interesting. Though our source material did mention one writer felt this specific green was maybe a bit drab, like camouflage adjacent. They wanted something wilder for Warhol.
Yeah, and look, that's fair. Color's totally subjective. But you got to remember, muted green watches are actually a big trend right now. And using Meteorite here, it gives that green so much more depth and dimension than just a plain color would have. That texture, that pattern, it feels like an unexpected canvas, which is kind of Warholian in itself, right? You use different materials too.
True, true. It definitely has visual impact. But okay, let's peek under the hood. What's powering these things? How's it different from the 70s originals?
Right, so totally different. The originals, like we said, had that beta 21 quartz. But the modern Andy Warhol watches, they all run on automatic movements. Specifically, it's Piaget's own in-house caliber 501 P1.
Okay, in-house. And what's notable about that movement?
Well, for starters, it's really thin, just 3.63 millimeter thick. Piaget are masters of ultra thin, And even though it's hidden behind a solid case back, which is engraved with the Piaget coat of arms, by the way, they still finish it beautifully inside. You've got your circular Côte de Genève, those nice wave patterns, beveled bridges, circular graining, all the high-end stuff. Shows the craftsmanship, even if you don't see it daily.
Like hidden details in his art.
Exactly, like
Yeah.
the layers in a silkscreen. Performance-wise, it beats at 28,800 VPH, which is pretty standard. Gives you a smooth second-hand sweep, about a 40-hour power reserve. And the whole thing is in a case rated to 30 meters water resistance. So, splash proof.
Okay, so the green meteorite is getting headlines, but Piaget didn't just stop there, right? What other versions came out alongside it?
Oh yeah, definitely. There was a really stunning blue and green opal dial. That one even has a gem set bezel, so extra bling. Then there's one with a tiger's eye dial in a gold case. Very warm, earthy, and also a white meteorite dial, again in a gold case, which is maybe a bit more classic, but still,
Yeah.
exotic.
Wow, it's like his multiple prints, different colorways of the same subject. That variety feels very pop art.
Totally. And what's cool is how they all just radiate this vintage charm,
Yeah.
It's more than just the case shape. The dials themselves feel like something Warhol genuinely might have rocked in the 70s. Bold, expressive, yet they still feel modern. They wear well today, they look, well, fabulous.
Yeah, one of the pieces we read had a great line about it. Forget Gata, go anywhere, do anything. This is a Gata that's got attitude, demands attention. I thought that nailed it.
That's perfect, because it's not a watch trying to blend in, is it?
Yeah.
It's making a statement, just like Warhol did with his art, his style. It grabs your attention, not just because it's big, but because the design, the artistry is so distinct, and the price. For this green meteorite one in white gold, the reference G0A50241, it's $61,000 USD, which sounds like a lot, and it is, but it's actually pretty much in line with the other models in this specific collection. Reflects the materials, the in-house movement, the whole legacy.
So wrapping this up then, we've gone deep on this Piaget Andy Warhol watch, traced it from his wrist in the 70s, basically, to these modern luxury pieces. It's pretty clear it's way more than just a watch. It feels like wearable art history, doesn't it? That mix of old school, cool, and modern making captures the spirit.
Absolutely. And it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? How does a brand really capture the essence of someone like Warhol in the product? Making sure it's a tribute, and also something that works now, that feels contemporary and exciting. It's a tricky balance. And, how might this whole blend of high art and high horology keep evolving? Where does it go next? That'll be interesting to think about.